you fake. And welcome to Spicy Town. That's where we are. Mayor here. Jack don't care. And I'm here to welcome you and invite you to our little community. What is it? What are we about? Well, we think everyone is worthy of a community. We hope you choose us. So tonight is podcast night. This is the night where I begin by recording a podcast. Take me back to the start. Sometimes Steam comes in and plays this pretty music, which is actually me. And so what I do, we got a little host too from Rune. He's going to join us later today for the Magic Tournament. Thank you. And so I like to record a little podcast here, and then I upload it to Spotify, post a video to YouTube and Twitch, and all those other good things. So basically I read my blog that I posted this week, and you can find all the information under here, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in more music, it's all right there. So enjoy. I'm posting links to my chat right now for all of you who are visually impaired. Maybe we should look at this a positive way. You're seeing with your ears right now if you're on the audio side of things. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, because we got a Magic Tournament to play tonight, and I want to win. I want to be the best, and I want to be the Planeswalker of Spicy Town. I don't think I have the image in here, but I should totally get the image. I should put that up right now. So even though Steam got a Hyperlight Drifter badge, awesome. Let me go ahead and put the let's see, Magic Tourney. Put this image in here because I think everybody needs to see it. Everyone's probably already seen it, but I don't care. I'm gonna put it in here again. Yes, this is the one I'm talking about. Let's put that. Just leave that right there. We'll put it in the back. Put it in the back, so it doesn't cover up too much. But it's like, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at those boys. Look at those boys. So let's go ahead and jump right into the blog, into the podcast, and then we'll end it, and then we'll see who's around for the tournament. Everyone should be here around 8:30 or so. So let's break right down into things. Title of this newest blog was My Success Comes From My Struggle. I hate my titles. I think they're really lame, but I like to sort of describe what's going on to the commands theme. I'm going to go ahead and just read through it, and I'll kind of interject with my own stories and ideas and things that maybe I didn't type out or have time to type or didn't think of to type at the time. And you all can chime in with your questions, comments, etc., and that will add sort of new content, sort of a new reason why you'd want to watch the podcast or video version, because it's sort of new, it's different, it's not exactly the same. So let's jump right into it. I want to write another blog post about myself, reading right now. For one reason, to inspire others through my experience and to build connection with you all. Even if you haven't been through the same thing, you may find some new connection that wasn't there before. And so I am going to explain some personal things, and I hope by doing so, your own view will be expanded in some way. Yes, and don't forget to check out the Discord. Thanks again for the links. See, thank you.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Before I tell my own story, I want to talk a little about success, though. Okay, a little bit about success. When it comes to success, I think what is most important to remember is that you can't be a success without trying, right? You gotta swing the bat, Tycoon. On the other side, right, of success is failure. And if failure is the opposite of success, and if that's true, then it's basically not trying, right? No matter how many times you don't succeed, I don't see you or myself as a failure. You have room to grow. It's only when you stop trying to do something that you become a failure. So yeah, exactly. Nothing moves without being shoved. Rob teaches ads. Yes, agreed. Excellent. So that was my little preamble. That was me explaining what success. That's kind of why I'm describing these situations, success and all that stuff. So let's start with the beginning. As I explained in a previous blog post, I've spent nearly my entire life refusing myself the ability to feel many different emotions in order to have control and to maintain a positive demeanor. Awesome. This worked for many years. Obviously, I'm old now. In my stream years, people always call me old, all my viewers, because they're all 12, I guess. I don't know. I had many wonderful relationships and family members in my life, etc. I have many of the same friends I've had since I was 5 years old. But when it comes to why I would ignore many of these emotions, it's because I have had success, but I've also had many struggles, right? So there's a success part to it and there's a struggle part to it. A lot of this developed from my childhood. Basically, I never knew who my father was growing up. My mom divorced 3 times. This is only one small part of the reason why I learned to ignore negative feelings and a lot of things. What's actually even more surprising now which is also in my Discord if you follow, is that actually I did reconnect with my father on 23andMe. And it's funny because it says in the blog, I just saw like a massive typo. So I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to write that down. Fix blog typo. Boom. Definitely going to do that before anyone sees it. Don't look at it. Don't look at my blog. So I reconnected him on 23andMe. And so we're still working on it. So it's kind of a big process. And obviously, yes, typo junk. Typo that doesn't make any sense to me. This is a process. Sort of could be a new struggle, but it could also lead to a new success. So awesome. So we got this brand new thing. Flashback again with me. All right. Don't lose. Don't want to lose you. Growing up, I was in track and field, and I sort of excelled at a state level, and this was like an amazingly positive experience. Of course, built up a lot of feeling of competition, always wanting to strive to be the best. And this would continue to my adult life, so this is all positive with work and other activities. So my performance in track and field, I even received a letter from Yale requesting that I apply there. But because of my grades and my family's lack of money, I basically ignored the letter and was actually like, I was almost more angry about it than anything else because I believed I had no chance of getting in. My parents never went to college and they didn't motivate me one way or the other. Instead of taking advantage of the skill, I essentially gave up on these opportunities because I didn't believe in myself, right? So I had the success, but I also had the struggle. Take advantage of all the opportunities I had growing up. But even so, right, the success and struggle goes hand in hand. Even so, I went to junior college, and my parents moved out of state after that, so I had to continue my college career basically on my own. But I had some help of some other family, and I was able to earn my bachelor's degree. So I never let this goal out of my sight. That's kind of the one driving force I had, is that I knew I had to do this. So after college, struggles continued. Right, it took me 4 years to find a full-time job. So once again, I succeeded, got the bachelor's. It took me 4 years to find a full-time job. So you have struggle, success, struggle, success. At this point, I refused to give up or stop looking for the job I'd got my degree for. And at this point, I have reverted back to my track and field days, right? I started to fight for what I wanted. I never gave up on it. I didn't let that happen again where I felt I couldn't succeed. I felt I had to succeed. So, I know, right? It's a serious topic, and it's a serious one. Serious one. You could check out the blog with the typo and everything. Going to the link, and you can also bring it up if you want in real talk or DMs, whatever you want. So my difficulties arose again. So I had a success. I did get a full-time job. Awesome. Difficulties arose again sometime later, with feelings of depression, isolation, those kind of things. Things people don't want to talk about, and I think it's good to bring it up, especially with the Twitter post I shared recently of Kevin Love. That was really cool. This wasn't someone else's fault, right? Someone else didn't cause these feelings in myself. It was myself. It was me. It was the skills, because the skills I had used to adapt while growing up really helped me survive growing up, right? Helped me get through my childhood and early adult. But as an adult, these don't work, right? While I learned to survive my childhood with these strategies, they don't help you develop proper relationships with others as an adult. And I didn't realize this until Twitch. Through Twitch and my community, I slowly began to learn why I was doing all of this. I was always really into streaming, but I didn't really understand why. I just kind of did it, and I never really had any real goals. And I did this for the connection. So it was only through my online community that I began to realize that all these traumas in my life weren't something that needed to be ignored, but I need to think about them. I need to share them. I need to express them in a way that allowed me to face them. And so it was through my Twitch community and people in it that pushed me to do this. And then I began therapy, and now I'm essentially relearning how to express these thoughts and feelings. It's basically another huge struggle, but it's one that is often, I'm often rewarded. For example, we had people sharing today in the Real Talk on my Discord. It's like a year ago, I hit affiliate 2017 in November, so like over a year ago. Boom, thank you. Thank you right in here. There he goes. What we did is like a year ago, I would never even consider having that in my Discord. Like that was important. Like, oh, we have to we have to have a place where we can share feelings and emote. Like, no, like why would I want that? That sounds really difficult. And so since then, I've kind of learned that yes, Steam. I have learned that not only am I being inspired by my Twitch community, but I'm also inspiring them. So through various compliments, words of encouragement, people sharing their own stories. I read all of these, and it kind of dawned on me, like, wait a minute, like, this is why we do everything. Like, this is why I do it. This is obviously why I do it. Nothing else really matters. Like, I've had huge donations and huge raids and other things, and those always feel good in like the moment, but they don't like keep you up. You know what I mean? Like, you always like, you just want. It doesn't like make you happy. It's exciting, and it makes your heart really start pumping, and you're like, yes, you get all this adrenaline, but it doesn't last because it's not the real connection. It's not the real thing that helps. The real thing that helps is going the next step, the next thing below, and that's really hard. And I post sometimes. I don't post everything, but I post sometimes in there, and I see other people post, and it's all good. So I wanted to share that in a new blog post just to put that out there again. I made a couple. I've made a couple posts kind of similar to this on the blog, but I felt like this kind of took it to a new level to give everyone more background and more things that was going on. And I think from here on out, I'll keep changing topics, I'll keep moving things around, and I think it's going well. I think the blog, streams, and all that stuff are great. I don't really look at the numbers or anything yet. I don't really care. I'm just putting the information out there, but it's all going to lead to something, and I'm working on a couple business ideas and other things. So thanks again. And I am going to go ahead and end the podcast here. So if you're listening or watching, we're live on Twitch right now, and so you'd have to watch the stream to catch this live. But if you aren't, then thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.